Good afternoon. Now we are discussing about solutions, different kinds of solutions, and mixtures, separating the components of mixtures. We have studied that the components of mixtures can be separated by different methods. These methods depends upon the property or the quality of the components. Certain materials, certain mixtures or liquids, their density is different. Some substances, their solubility is different. Certain substances, their boiling point different. Then depending upon their difference in their properties, the components can be separated easily by selecting the suitable methods. Now we are going to study the purification system in waterworks. The purification system in the waterworks. What do you mean? When you go to a town or municipality, whether you drink water from public taps, if you drink water from a public taps, there are special taste you feel. What's the taste or the smell? You feel the smell of chlorine gas. Where does chlorine gas come from? It is used in the purification system. In public water taps, in town areas, the water is stored in a big tank and it undergoes several steps in the purification system. In Pururu town, Nellipalli, the top of the hill, we can see several tanks where the purification is doing. If you get name, you can visit there. There's no pass. You will reach there and they get the permission of the workman there. In there, we can see that the raw water, use of a motor pump, is pumped into the field of Nellipalli, where the first step is water is pumped from the well near the Kalladaya. From it is pumped into the top of a hill where the water is first collected in a tank named the reservoir. At first, the water is collected in a big tank. It is known as reservoir. It undergoes several steps of purification. From the reservoir, where it is kept in a big tank. From the reservoir, it is brought to another tank. It is known as sedimentation tank. This is sedimentation tank. From the sedimentation tank, this again the tank pass on to another tank. It is named as loading tank. From the loading tank, it is again moved to another tank. It is named as filtration tank. From the filtration tank, it is again passed to another tank It is known as chlorination tank. This is chlorination tank. Please look at here. This is from the motor pump. The water is pumped first into the reservoir tank. The reservoir water is there. In the reservoir tank, there is no purification. The water is kept reserved. Whenever we need, it is opened and it is passed on to the other water tanks. This is the reservoir tank. From the reservoir tank, it must go to the sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, the big impurities, solids are settled down at the bottom. Can we please look in the sedimentation tank? It is the pipe in the inner and outer pipe is on the top side. When this kept something, because volatile materials are allowed to settle in the sedimentation tank. It is again going to another pass to another tank. It is known as loading tank. Here, loading tank, it is suspended impurities, suspended particles are allowed to settle down. Here, solid materials settle down. Solid materials settle down at the bottom of the. Here, suspended particle. We learned about different kinds of solutions. True solution, colloids, and as well as suspension. Suspension, we know that the particles, the solid particles, do not dissolve in it, but suspended through the solid. So, if any such suspended particles are remain in it, here by we are to settle here something, the suspended particles will settle down. Suspended particles. Then it is passed to the most important time. This is a filtration tank. The filtration tank, there is several layers. At the bottom there is big gravels, namely pebbles like gravels at the bottom. Pebbles, the size of the big pebble, big gravel, that is the size we use to pebbles. And above it there is gravel. Gravel is the big sands we used to spread in our courtyard of the home. Big gravels. Above this, there is one more layer, that is fine sand, minute sand. Then you please look here, the water entered from the draw, and it filtered through these three layers, and at last it is taken out through the bottom of the tank. The bottom of the tank. Please look at the filtration tank, how it is filtrated. The water is allowed to pass through three layers of sand. If any impurities which do not settle at this sedimentation tank and loading tank may filter through this. After it passes through the filtration tank, the water will be clear. There is no impurities, but there remains. There is a chance to any bacteria or such infectious materials. So it is again passed through another tank, is known as chlorination tank. How chlorination is done? In this tank, bleaching powder is added. bleaching powder is added to this tank and kept for some hours. After some hours, if any bacteria is still living, is killed in this chlorination tank. So after this, we get the water is passed on to our crops through pipes. So these are the different steps for the irrigation of water in the public taps. We get public taps. The panchayat, municipality or district level. There is the public water is used. It undergoes these different steps for the irrigation. After that, we get the pure water in our home. We can look again what are the different types of different steps. First, we look how many tanks there. How many tanks? There are 5 tanks. What are they? First, the reservoir, sedimentation tank, loading tank, filtration tank, and chlorination tank. There are 5 tanks. Then, second thing we have to do is what function is taking place in each tank. What function? The reservoir is the raw water is collected here. There is no it is for the collection of the raw water pumped in the well. So it is a collection. Whenever we need one, we can open it undergoes purification and we get purified water. This would be for the reservoir. The second is sedimentation. In sedimentation tank, what the functions take place? Solid impurities. Solid impurities will allow to settle out. There is no chemicals, nothing added. These are the water is enter the tank and it is allowed to settle for some time. Then the big particles will be the big solid particles will be settled at the bottom of the tank. Then it is again to pass to another tank that is known as loading tank. Loading tank, what is the any suspended impurity, suspended material, suspended solid particles, if any, will be settled at the loading tank. The fourth tank with the main purification tanks. The fourth tank what takes place? Filtration tank. How the filtration takes place? In the filtration tank, water is allowed to pass through three layers of sand. But the size of the sand is varied from fine to pebble. At the top there is fine sand, minute sand. And the middle layer is the gravel. In between fine sand, the size is in between fine sand and pebbles. And the bottom there is a pebble-like gravels. It is what is in here. We look at the water enters in the top and filtered after we take the water from the bottom of the tank. Then it is passed on to the last tank. That tank is known as chlorination. Chlorination, the element chlorine. Chlorine is a very big disinfectant. How chlorination is done doing? It is collected in the tank and bleaching powder added from the top. What is bleaching powder? We all know that bleaching powder used in our homes or other disinfectants. In we get bleaching powder from the municipal panchayat sessions every year for adding to our well. This was a disinfectant and kills every bacteria which causes several diseases. So bleaching powder is added and kept it for hours. Then it is ready to supply for the need of people. So this is the purification system in water works in our public taps. So whenever you get time, you can go to the Nelipulli and you can see what is how the works are taking place, how the purification taking place. You can actually all these tanks were there. The sand, bleaching powder are kept in big tanks. We can see it, and purification is taking place, and where one is get in our house. This is the so you must have a clear idea, not a vague idea, clear idea. What first you know how many times What are the functions taking place in each tank? How the filtration is taking place? How chlorination is done? Thus, the water is purified. 5 tanks, reservoir, sedimentation tank for settling solid materials, loading tank for the sedimentation of suspended particles, filtration tank. There are 3 layers. In the filtration, there are 3 layers of sand: fine sand, gravel, and pebbles, and last chlorination tank. The next topic: physical change and chemical change. In our chemistry, this topic is very important. We know a clear idea about what is a physical change and then what is a chemical change. We know about what are physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties, that also depends on physical. Physical properties means its physical state, color, shape, boiling point, melting point, density, etc. Physical properties. At the same time, chemical properties means how it reacts with the other metals, how it reacts with other acids, what the other elements or compounds formed, the bonding between atoms, etc. known as chemical properties. We can see a simple explain what is physical properties and chemical properties. This is a chart paper. Each chart paper you can tear into several pieces. We can tear into several pieces. Or we can sprinkle it in a different ways. These were the physical changes. This is the, we can write it on this paper. And if we again straighten the paper, we can write it. Only the shape is changing. Shape is changing. This is physical change. Physical change. Or melting of wax. We take a wax name generation MEPS. It's a physical change. There are so many physical changes were taking place in our kitchen. Tapioca is cut into pieces. Onion, we cut into pieces. There is only change the size only. It's a physical change. At the same time, we cook the tapioca, it's a chemical change. Cook the onion, it's a chemical change. That means how we can change? We can identify another experiment. We tearing the paper is a physical change. But at the same time, we burn the paper. First way, burning the paper. Burning the paper is a chemical change. What is the difference between two? On tearing the paper, no new product is formed. At the same time, burning, you hear burnt ash is formed, it is a new product. That is the main difference between physical change and chemical change. In chemical change, a new product, a new substance. Here the new substance form is ash. That means it can be reversed. From the ash, we can produce paper. The second thing is physical changes are temporary. Physical changes are temporary. If we tear the paper, we can again make the pulp and it is turned into new paper. But the ash, we can't regain the paper. For what do you understand, what is the difference between physical change? The main difference between physical change and chemical change. Physical change is only the change in size, shape, color, or melting point or boiling point or density. It is not permanent. At the same time, chemical change is permanent. Physical change is temporary. Chemical change is permanent. Second thing is, no new substance formed in the physical change. Only tearing the paper. You tearing the paper, no new substance formed. At the same time, chemical change, new substances are formed. New substances are formed. One more difference, physical changes can be reversible. If we tear the paper several times, we can again make it a paper wood pulp and regain the paper, rejoin the paper. It is reversible, but the chemical change is not reversible. That means from the by burning paper we get ash. By burning paper we get ash. But from the ash we cannot regain the paper. On burning paper, ash is formed. From the ash, we cannot produce paper. That is, it is irreversible. It cannot be reversed. What are the properties of a chemical change? One, new substance is formed. What is new substance formed here? Ash. Second, the change is chemical change is permanent. This ash is a permanent product. A permanent product is formed. Third, it cannot be reversed. From the ash, we cannot produce paper. At the same time, physical change. It is no new product formed. No new product formed. New product is not. It is temporary. We can again join the paper by wood. It can be reversible. From the product, we can regain the old paper. That is the difference between physical change and chemical change. In your day-to-day life, we can become across a large number of examples. Here you can see one more example. The burning of a candle. The burning of a candle, whether it is physical change or chemical change, this is a special reaction. Both the changes occurring simultaneously. What are the changes? One, what is the physical change occurring here? The wax melts on the sides of the candle and it again join to the wax. Melting of wax is the physical change, and at the same time, you look at the like some of the wax burns to form carbon dioxide and water. Some of the wax, if you put a paper on here, we have that it carbon dioxide and water is formed. So, the burning of the candle, both changes occurs simultaneously. What are the both changes? Physical changes as well as chemical changes occurs simultaneously in the burning of candle. Then, what is the physical change? Melting of wax. Melting of wax. It is again on the sides of the candle. It is melting of wax. It is reversible. Again, it changes into wax. Wax melts and it sticks on the sides of the candle. At the same time, what is a chemical change? We saw that there is fire burning the candle. It burns some water and carbon dioxide are formed. Carbon on the burning. That is chemical change. From the water or carbon dioxide, we can regain the wax. So it is the burning of the candle is said to be both changes take place in the burning of the candle. You today itself you take a burning candle and look the difference between the what are changes taking place, physical changes and chemical changes. Then again, you can see a number of examples from day to day. The most important thing when you went to a bakery is what? As a student, as a boy, or as a child, when you enter the bakery, what the child points out, he always points out, or he points out to what thing? Ice cream. If you take an ice cream in your hand and for some time what happens, it melts and on side so it is goes down. Melting of ice cream, that's a physical change. Melting of ice cream is a physical. In your fridge, you take some ice pieces and you take it into a dish. What happens? Ice melts into water. If you again place the water into the fridge, it changes to ice. So it is irreversible. It is reversible. Ice can change into water, water can change into ice. That change is not permanent. So this is the difference between physical change and chemical change. So what is the difference between physical change and chemical change? One, physical change is no new product is formed. No new product formed. But in this chemical change, new products formed. Second difference is what? Physical change is temporary, but chemical change is permanent. What is that difference? It is reversible. It is not reversible. These are the differences. Can you get a number of examples? What are the examples? So you see tearing the paper, melting of ice cream, melting of ice. The turtle is cut into pieces, onion is cut into pieces, pieces. Savola is cut into pieces that are physical changes in the size and shape, and it is reversible. Melting of ice can be melting of ice. Ice melts water, water can again change into ice. That is reversible and temporary, and no new product form. At the same time, chemical change, because in that, if any doubt arises, physical change and chemical change, what do you do? Take a piece of paper and cut it into two pieces. That is a physical change. One piece is burned. Burning anything is a chemical change. By burning, the new product is formed. All burnings, any substance while burned or cooked, it changes into cooking or food, cooking or rice, are all chemical change. It is permanent, not reversible. From the ash, we can't reverse that. It is not reversible. That is a difference between physical change and chemical change. Then one more topic is in our textbook, that is elements and compounds. That is the basis of chemistry. Study about chemistry is the study about elements, compounds and chemical reactions. Chemistry is the study about elements. Study about compounds as well as study about chemical reactions. So, then what are elements? All the study in your higher classes or in your life is related to the elements. Elements are pure substance that cannot be divided into or broken into simple other substance. Hydrogen cannot be divided to any other substance. Chlorine, iron, gold, these elements. Now about 118 elements were discovered. 80 elements only. This can be broken into any two other substances. They are the same compounds. Two or more elements combined to form compound. They are chemically bonded. In a fixed ratio. For example, hydrogen is an element. Oxygen is another element. When they combine to form water, it is a compound. The property of a compound is entirely different from hydrogen. You know that hydrogen, which is easily burning. Oxygen is also, without oxygen, no burning. These two burning elements combine to form an extinguisher. Whenever water is filled, the fire extinguishes. So, the property of a compound is entirely different from the elements. Then, they can't combine their own things. Their compounds, they combine in a fixed ratio. Here, water and oxygen combine in a fixed ratio. But hydrogen is to oxygen 2:1. Hydrogen element, oxygen element, water. Hydrogen is to oxygen ratio 2 is hydrogen, 2 atoms combines with the oxygen, 1 atom. So these are common elements and compounds. They are chemically combined. They cannot be, compounds can be decomposed, which are broken into simple other elements by chemical process, not by physical process, cannot be separated. Chemical process, this bond can be broken into simpler elements. Then there's one more topic that you are studying in lower classes, the 8th class. Properties of the elements are classified into 3 elements. Elements are classified into 3. What are they? Metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Elements are classified into 3: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. What are the metals? We have seen that copper, aluminium, iron, gold, etc. are metals. At the same time, hydrogen, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen are non-metals. The properties of metals and non-metals are, you have already studied in the 8th standard. What are the properties of metals? Generally, all metals are solids. They are hard, they have high density, they are ductile. But when you are ductile, they can be thrown into thin wires. They are malleable. What's meaning of malleable? They can be shaped into sheets, malleable, ductile, and lustrous. What's meaning lustrous? Shiny appearance on the new end of the metal. At the same time, they are sonars. What's sonars? On hit with another material, they produce a ringing sound. That is sonar. We have seen the properties of metals. Similarly, what are the properties of non-metals? What are the properties of non-metals? Unlike metals, non-metals are found in either gaseous, liquid, or solid state. Some of them are in solid state, most of them the gaseous state, some of them the liquid state. The liquid non-metal is bromine. Bromine is a liquid non-metals. They are not good conductors of heat and electricity, except graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Except graphite, they are not good conductors of heat and electricity. They are not malleable. That means they cannot be changed into thin sheets. They are not ductile. They cannot be thrown into thin wires. They are not sonorous. Sonorous, you have learned that? They produce a ringing sound. Sonorous, they produce a ringing sound on hit with something. These are the properties of non-metals. Then, if they are not hard, but there is some exceptions to this. You have already learned the standard. What are the exceptions? Though the non-metals are not hard, the hardest material in the universe, you know what is ever discovered? Diamond. Diamond is the hardest material ever discovered. Then here's another section, metalloids. What are metalloids? Are those elements which shows the properties of both metals and non-metals. They have a dual property. What's a dual property? It shows the properties of metals as well as the non-metals. For example, boron, it's a silicate. They are metalloids. In between, in the periodic table, left side metals, right side non-metals. In between the metals and non-metals, there we can see some elements, they are metalloids. Today, out of 118 elements discovered, more than 90 elements were metals. More than 20 elements, around 20 elements were non-metals. Around 8 elements, metalloids. So we can detail the study on these elements on the coming classes. Where we are studying periodic, we can detail study of the elements. So these are the properties of classification of elements: metals, non-metals, and when you enter the kitchen, you can see what this type. What are the metals found in the kitchen? Aluminium, iron. And the ornaments you wear, gold, silver, they are all metals. What is non-metal? Carbon is a non-metal. What is the compounds? Water, H2O, sodium or NaCl, vinegar, vinagre, they are compounds. So the first class I told you that kitchen is the main laboratory where the number of reactions taking place every day. So this chapter is over. You have to read the lessons well, then read the note which I was sent you soon. Then write the notes in your notebook. Then try to answer the questions given at the end of the class. If you find any difficulty answering the questions, you look at the answers given to you and then correct answer. The coming examination, there will be questions from this chapter only. The first, the matter around the matter in your surrounding is not asking questions from the first chapter. You ask questions from this chapter only. So you may study it well, learn it well. Don't learn by head. You can see these things in your surroundings. So you see things, touch it, feel it, and then learn by head. Then you never forget it. The next class we can discuss the answers. So today, okay, thank you all.